Hey guys, it's Dominique from Domino FX Group, and welcome to the Domino Effect. Hey guys, it's Dominique from Domino FX Group, and this is the Domino Effect. This is our community where we believe that education is the catalyst. We're on a mission to help underserved entrepreneurs access $1 billion in funding. We know that women and minority-owned businesses, cannabis businesses, startups, companies in distressed areas, these underserved businesses often face bias when seeking business funding. And our mission is to change that narrative because we believe that every entrepreneur deserves a fair chance. So that is what we do here at the Domino Effect on this channel. Welcome. So guys, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a female entrepreneur, if you're a minority entrepreneur, if you're just getting started, you have some questions about where to go, what to do, how to access capital, then this is the place where you need to be. So go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and subscribe, follow this channel. Let's get this up to 1,000 and let's spread the word, all right? So let's get into it. So I want to give you a little bit of background about Domino Effects Group. Domino Effects Group was started in 2021, and we have essentially are developing into a fintech platform for underserved businesses. Underserved, what does that mean? That is minority owned, female owned. If you're in the cannabis industry, if you are a company located in a distressed neighborhood, then you are underserved business. And so this platform, Domino Effects Group, was designed specifically for you to bridge the gap so that we can collaborate. Big banks are not lending right now. Essentially, big bank lending has stalled. So what does that mean? If you're an owner or an entrepreneur, then you can apply in one place through our link, Domino Effects Group. And I'm going to share that link with you at the bottom of this video. We have over 25 lenders through our platform. We do everything from SBA loans to term loans, lines of credit, purchase order financing. You can apply in one place. That's a really great thing about our platform. It's amazing. It's really streamlined, a digital app, super streamlined. So you can upload your docs. We are bringing in also a software developer so that it is more protected for your data encryption. So we are working on building the app up to a higher level of where it needs to be for you guys, for our clients. So right now we're going through the link, which I said we'll post that at the bottom, but it's super easy. It's very super streamlined. And that's how it works. So I get this question all the time. How does the application process work? What do I need to turn in, Dominique? And this is a really great question. The truthful, honest answer is it really just depends on the type of financing that you're looking for. If you're looking at financing that's $250,000 or under, then we're going to need the minimum, which you would upload 3 to 6 months of your bank statements. And then you would fill out our one-page application. So as I said, you would go through the link, you'll fill out the application, and then you can send in your bank statements. The size of the loan is going to determine the documents that you need to submit. So for for our larger requests over 250,000, 5 million, 10 million, you start to get up to some of these larger numbers. We require more in-depth documentation. So you're looking at submitting things like further financial packages, so profit and loss, tax returns, balance sheet, things like that. So I also get this question all the time. Now that the banks have started tightening up, what makes you stand out? What's so different about Domino Effects Group and what we're doing? It's been a wild year. Inflation is crazy. Interest rates are crazy. We could see just from when being in the industry, you could kind of see that banks were tightening up already. They've been that way. It's not really nothing new. And COVID kind of created this panic, right? Kind of with the PPP loans and all this free money that they were essentially giving out. But if you really think about it, before all of this, small banks were not really lending to a lot of small businesses. So they still had a lot of stricter requirements. There was still that difficult access for women-owned and minority-owned businesses. The issues were still there. So if we just try to remember that this really isn't anything new, but we still, as business owners, continue to persist, right? God gave me the gift of persistence. That is one thing. When the banks told me no, you couldn't tell me no. I for a second there, yeah, I got in my feelings, but you got to get out of your feelings and keep going and keep pushing. And what helps us stand out, we are actually very, very busy because of the banks tightening up. So it's been better than ever to get a small business now because you have so many more options, right? You have so many more options now compared to years ago. What do I mean by options? I'm talking about, we have lenders through our platform who are women owned, minority owned, investors who are looking specifically to work and collaborate and diversify their portfolio. So what are some type of options, right? When we think about going for funding, you hear the word collateral. Do I need to put up collateral? And like I said, it depends on the type of funding that you're going to be looking for. So there's 4 types of collateral that typically we know about. Okay, so there's 3 to 4 types of collateral. There's real estate. So real estate, if you're operating your business is a retail store, you have a storefront. So you have real estate. If you have equipment, big machinery, you're in construction, that's collateral. If you have inventory, right? So like, let's say I got this nail polish, right? Look at that. This is actually polish. So I got this nail polish, I made it, and I decided that I'm going to market it and I'm going to sell it. Or I have a warehouse full of clothes, right? I'm going to market that and I'm going to sell that. That's my inventory. That inventory, I could use that as collateral. But if you're a business that doesn't have inventory, if you don't have collateral, if you don't have real estate, so if you don't have any of these things, right? You don't have real estate, you don't have collateral, you don't have machinery, you don't have inventory, right? This is the other type of collateral that could be an option for you that a lot of people don't realize is your B2B. So your receivables. You can use your receivables. And so let's say that you have the nail polish, right? I have the nail polish and I got a whole bunch of it. I sold it to Target. So Target says, we really love this color, Dominique. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. We love this color. We want 100,000 of this right now. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. So I'm going to ship all my nail polish off to Walmart. I'm sorry, Target. I'm going to get over there. Hey, what's up? Here's my nail polish. And then I'm going to send them a nice big fat invoice, right? Pay me. You can now take that invoice as collateral, and then someone can buy that invoice for you at a discount. So if you're a business that's selling things, right? If you're a business that's selling things, if you're in commerce, and this is only B2B, right? Business to business, if you're selling business to business, not selling business to consumer, then, and what I mean by that is if you're selling to things like Walmart, things like Target, things like Lowe's, like Home Depot, if you're selling to stuff like that, then you could actually have the option of looking into a revolving line of credit based on your receivables. So there are some really, really cool options that a lot of people just don't know about that we're able to provide and share that knowledge through this platform. Now let's go even further. So let's say you don't have any of that. So you don't have receivables, you don't have real estate, you don't have inventory, you don't have collateral, you don't have any of that. You're not even there yet, right? So don't worry, because remember, I was there too. If you don't yet have any of that, then no worries. All you really need to do is be able to show that you have cash flow. You got to show that you have money that's coming into the business and that's going into your business bank account. I cannot stress this enough. Make sure it is going into your business bank account, not your personal account. Like I said, you don't have to have receivables. You don't have to have inventory. You don't have to have real estate. You don't have to have machinery. For the most part, though, the bank's going to be out of the question. So if you're really profitable, you could go through the heartache of getting the SBA loan, but that's going to take time. We could shorten the time here through our partners and our connections, but it will take some time to get an SBA loan. So if you want access to ongoing capital, which is what you need when you're wanting to sustain a business, or when you open a business, the goal is to sustain it, right? So what you need is ongoing capital. If you want access to that, then you want to look at things like a business term loan, business lines of credit based off your cash flow, or, revenue-based financing deal, just looking at the cash flow of your business. How do we do that? Well, we're going to start by looking at your bank statements, which is what I had mentioned earlier. We're going to look at 3 to 6 months of your bank statements. I mentioned that we have multiple lenders on this platform. So we have multiple lenders that are doing lines of credit, that are doing business term loans, and that are doing revenue-based financing. We do not submit your information to all of those, just so you know. But the most important thing that you need to be aware of is, as a business owner, your time is valuable. Time is precious. And so for you, you know, you want to focus on things, your customers, you're retaining your sales. So to shop around for loans, to shop around building all of these relationships, applying blindlessly online, falling victim to predatory lending is exhausting. It is exhausting. And it takes up a lot of time. And so when you're applying with us, when you're sticking with us with Domino Effects Group, when you're joining the Domino Effect community, we see hundreds of applications. We've seen hundreds of applications. We speak with our lenders daily. We're constantly working with them. We're doing this in real time. So we know, okay, exactly what this lender is looking for. We know exactly what this person is looking for. We talk with you directly. We know what your needs are. So we are very laser focused on building the relationship with you, as well as bridging the relationship between you and the lender, who is customized and specifically tailored to fit your needs. So I already know you're probably asking, okay, but Dominique, what sets you apart? And it really just starts with our mission. Our mission is to bridge the gap, to bridge this financial gap and provide access to capital for underserved businesses, because women and minority-owned businesses are all but shut out of financing. So the money is there. I mean, women-owned businesses generated 1.9 trillion in revenue. Okay, supported 9.5 million jobs. Black-owned businesses generated over 206 billion in revenue, and cannabis brought in over 2 billion in revenue. New market tax credits allocated over 500 million into distressed neighborhoods and communities. So you guys, the money is out there. All right, the money is out there. The funds are out there. There's just a barrier between the money, and there's a barrier. The funds are out there, but there's a barrier between the funds and who has access to it. So what sets us apart is our lender access. We bring it straight to you. We're on board with a lot of lenders that people really can't access, and they want to work with us because we bring a lot of volume. They're aligned with our mission. They want to change the narrative, right? They want to change the narrative, level the playing field for all entrepreneurs, and broaden our economy, broaden our opportunities, right? Things are constantly changing, but we are constantly being flexible and changing to the needs of our clients as well. So we keep track of all of the requirements that our lenders have. We're very up to date, and we share all of that information with all of our clients, because getting approved is one thing. You can get approved. Getting approved, you can get approved all day, right? But getting funded, that's a whole nother battle. So getting approved is one thing, getting funded is another. And we take you there. We give you the strategic pathway, the education, the steps that's going to get you funded. And, you know, it's not just our lenders. We have a really awesome group of people that work with us in-house. We have a really great team that really put a lot of time and effort into matching our clients. I'll just go over one more time what the minimum qualifications are, right? So we want to see a year in business, right? 10 to 25,000 in sales that are actually going into the account. Like I said, that would be gross. So that's the minimum. Oh, but a good thing of what the lenders are looking for, like I said, right now, is they want to see that you can manage your cash flow. Can you manage your cash flow? And when you're looking at lenders who are looking at if you can manage your cash flow, they're going to look at your bank statements. So a couple of things that you need to know about when we're looking at your bank statement. Lenders want to see that you're able to manage your money, because they're going to give you money, right? So they're going to give you money. They want to know, can you make the payment? A good tip is to keep as much as you can. Obviously, you know, you use what you need for operations, but you want to keep what you can, as much as you can, in deposits. I mean, I'm talking like a minimum, at least a minimum 2,000 to 3,000. But by keeping it there and storing it there and showing the lender that, you know, you can really manage money, and that's what helps to build your case, and really helps when the underwriters are looking at your package, right? So it's going to help with getting you the best approval when we're looking at your packages before we send it over. Here's a question I get all the time. What if I get rejected? What happens if I get rejected? This fear of rejection. No one wants to be rejected, right? And this is a tough one, especially if you have already been rejected. That fear of rejection does play a real result, but real fear.
But what's the result? Well, the result is that underserved entrepreneurs will continue to not receive the financing that is, we already know is out there. Now, trust me, I completely get it. I completely get it about being reluctant, about not wanting to be rejected, about being like, okay, I'm just reluctant. I don't know if I'm ready to do this. But I can tell you this: usually, when someone's reluctant about something, it's because they don't have enough information. So if you don't have all the information, that is a good thing. Don't move forward. So pause, stop yourself, gather all of the information, get all of your questions answered. Don't go out and just blindly apply. Gather your info, look at what you need to, what are your needs, assess where you're at. You know, I founded this company in 2021, but I was looking for funding way before that. And I just saw how ridiculous it was, that there was really no place to go, you know, and find funding. But not only that, it was even more ridiculous that there were all, after a while there started being all of these online pop-up places where you could apply, right? But then you just apply blindly. You never know. You don't get an answer on why you're getting rejected, and you can run the risk of hurting your credit. So it really just was causing a lot of spinning in circles. And that was just super frustrating. And not only, and it wasn't just me, there was a lot of other people that I connected with in business and with my clients. It wasn't just me. So I do get that fear of rejection. I do understand that. I do understand being reluctant. And that's why we started this. That is why we bring everything to you in one place. We're bringing it to you so that you don't have to do what I did, which was waste 3 years, you know, trying to find these answers. So we're bringing it direct to you, because I just thought that that was ridiculous, that you couldn't go anywhere, you know, that you couldn't go anywhere and find another solution. It's time to break free from the limitations imposed by the traditional funding system. You need to partner with us, reach out, connect with us, and join the Domino Effect. Well, we'll be bringing all of this advice, tips, and giving you all access to all of the information for what lenders are looking for, and also providing you with links so that you can apply for funding as well for your business. All right, guys, like this video, subscribe, and join.